Parshas Shmiini, something very nice and beautiful from the Rebbe's father, Rabbi Yitzchok Zatzal. In this week's Parsha, we have the end of the Parsha, all the animals that are kosher to eat, not kosher. And then it says a posuk, Kol hoylech al gochoin, anything that crawls on its belly. Rashi says, brings down from the Medrash, Zen nocher, this is the snake. All the Mefarshim ask, why does the Torah have to describe something about the snake that's crawling on its belly, and then we figure out it's talking about snake? Why don't you say snake nochosh specifically? It says other places in the Torah. And we find other animals where the Torah says specifically its name. How come over here it gives like a sign, hoylech al gochoin? The Gemara also, in Kiddushin, the Flamer Amar Aleph says that Gochoin has 4 letters, Gimel, Ches, Vov, Nun. The Vov of Gochoin is exactly the middle of the Torah in its letters. If you count from the beginning of the Torah to the end of the Torah, the Vov will be exactly in the middle from the letters of the Torah. So everything has a meaning. Asks Rebbe Yitzchok, why was the Torah pick Dafka, a snake, about a snake, and also what's specifically so special about the letter Vov? This Vov is also, third question, known, it's a rapsa, it's a large Vov in the Torah. Why? All this explains Rabbi Yitzchok so beautiful. And he says, he brings down a Zoyar, Daf Reish Chof Aleph, Omer Aleph, in Chelek Aleph of Zoyar. It says these words like this. Zakorin inun Yisrael, haloki ayidin, the Yodn Orche, the Malkidish, that they know the ways of the Holy King, which is the Eibishter. The Yodin Orchoi the Eraisa, they know the ways, Lashon Rab, as we'll soon say, they know the ways of the Torah. Lameyach ba'oirach kshoit, which will lead them in the true way, in the emes way. So it says over here 2 things. It's the emes, and also there's a Lashon Rab, the ways of Hashem. Explains Rabbi Yitzchok so beautiful. The whole avodah from Torah mitzvahs is that we should undo this lie, this sheker, that the snake wanted to say, the first snake by the story with Adam in Gan Eden, the Nochash HaKadmoini. As it finishes off in the Zohar over there, through Torah, a person merits this world, Alma Dain and Alma Da'aseh, this world and the world to come. It's a very interesting Gemara. Also in Shabbos, Daf Kuf Dalet Amar Aleph, we once spoke about it. The Gemara says, if you look at the word sheker, a lie, and you look at the word emes, each one has 3 letters. Shin Kuf Reish, sheker. Aleph Mem Tov, emes. Look at the design of the letters, you will see, says the Gemara. Sheker, Shin, Kuf Reish, all of them have 1 leg. And the shin comes to a point, the reish has 1 leg, and the kuf also. You can't stand on 1 leg, you need 2 legs. Emes, each letter has 2 legs. Aleph has 2, Mem has a bottom 2, and also tough. Raglai, sheker ein reglayim. By sheker, it cannot stand, it's not something permanent, it wobbles. Only something that stands firm, emes, something that stays and it's eternal, that's emes. And that's why the feet from the Nachash was cut off, because he lied. He told Adam Arishan, loy moist tomusun, if you eat from the forbidden fruit, you're not going to die. It says a double expression, says Rabbi Yitzchok, moist tomusun, because he wanted to kill Adam Arishan in this world and the world to come. The opposite, what it says in Zohar over here, we just mentioned, that through Torah, a person merits this world and the world to come. So the Nochash symbolizes sheker, and the Torah symbolizes emes. Said Rabbi Yitzchok, emes in Torah means, and this is why it says double orchoi, the ways of Hashem. In Torah, there's mitzvahs aseh and there's mitzvahs lo aseh. There's 2 ways, there's 2 directions to follow. There's things that we do positively, mitzvahs, and there's prohibitions, things that we don't do. We just came from Pesach. We love to say that we eat the matzah. Then there's a bunch of prohibitive things we have on Pesach. So Torah in general has mitzvahs aseh, mitzvahs lo aseh. And it's called Chesed and Gvura. The mitzvah say is the kindness of Hashem, things that we do, our positive relationship to Hashem, and the Gvura is things we hold ourselves back. Now, a person has to have both. There's some people who love more Chesed. They like to do mitzvahs say. They like the tradition. But they lack in the mitzvahs leisasa. And there's some Jews that are very stringent and everything so strict. They kochzach and their whole life is everything about mitzvahs leisasa. And they don't enjoy or they don't give the proper emphasis on the mitzvahs asay. And this is what the Torah and the Zohar wants to tell us. Lemeyach, in order to bring you to the way of emes. Emes means that you're pure, you're straight, you're ehrlich, you're honest, and that is when you have Torah in the both ways. You have mitzvahs asay, you have mitzvahs lo yisaseh. And when a person keeps both, that's the 2 feet, then that is emes. That is the right path of the Torah, or choy, the ways of Hashem. And now we'll understand, says Rabbi Yitzchok. We'll answer all these questions. It says in Chassidus that the Vov symbolizes the only letter that goes straight from top to bottom. All other letters have, it moves on the side, zigzag, this way, that way, to the right, to the left. But Vov symbolizes from top to bottom straight. So it explains the Chassidus, and especially when you have, like in our Parsha, of Vov Rapsa, showing that through Torah, that's why this is the middle letter, that Torah is emes, and that's the center, the center path where you have both sides, right and left. But you go down you go down the center. You don't go too much to the right, not too much to the left. You have a blend, a combination of both. And that's the success. And this is the letter Vov. Vov is a straight line, especially when it's a large Vov, to show you that only through this way can you draw down and connect from bottom to top, top to bottom. A Jew fulfills Hashem's will and he connects to Hashem. And that's called the Chassidus. The physical person connects to the real Ratzon Elyon, the true will of Hashem, when he goes in the path of emes. And that's why the Torah chose Dafke, this letter Vov, and the Rapsa, to teach you the center letter of the Torah that the Gemara says in Kedushin Daf Lamed, to tell you, follow the middle path, which is symbolized in the letter Vav, connecting above and below. Elyon and Tachlan, the Eibush, the heaven and earth, the Eibush, the Yidden. That goes through Torah, that's the middle, that's emes. Follow Chesed, Gvura, mitzvahs, loisaseh, and you'll be fine. And now, says Rebbe Yitzchok, so beautiful, why the Torah hinted, didn't say nochosh, but he hinted in the word belly. A snake, if you look, such a beautiful thing. When a snake crawls, he covers up his belly, which means when you don't see the center of the middle of the snake's belly, he wants to cover it up. This is conceal it. When you see a snake crawling, you see or this side or that side, but you don't see the center. So it's hinted over here, says Rabbi Yitzchok. And he wants to cover up the center, this emes, this middle path. The Nochash HaKadmoni wants to take away a Jew. He wants to conceal it. He wants to cover it up. And that symbolizes with this creature that's Hoylech HaGocha, and he goes on his belly covering up the middle. He doesn't want to have that you should follow the middle path. It should be revealed. It should be open, and you should follow it. He crawls on it. He covers it. Lechasois. And this is so beautiful, the Torah says. I'm especially putting the Vov over here in the middle of the Torah to tell you, follow the middle path, the emes. Follow Torah with simplicity, with truth. The mitzvahs say, mitzvahs loiseh say, bila erlich yid in all fashions, and then you will be zoiche, as the Zohar says, to the emes way, to olam hazeh and olam haba. The opposite, what the Nochash wanted to tell Odomerishin, the sheket, the lie, loy mois toimusun. You won't die in this world, in the world to come. Just the opposite. Through Torah, that's the emes of life. A Jew will merit this world and that world. I see how beautiful all the questions are answered. But the Torah Dafka says belly to cover up the center, and why the Vov, and why it was large and big to connect the Jew to heaven. This is the true line and direction, and the way a person connects, the channel of how a person connects with Hashem. And with that, we will all be zoichet to this world and the world to come speedily nowadays.